Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is the third day of being in Baku and we are going to Gobustan and
some of you know me already. Yeah, and we're having a Gobustan in Absheron. The first oil well was drilled in here in 1846. We're the first in the world. And we are entering the area of the oil field, which was first. And
so guys, now we reached the Baby Mosque. It's very beautiful. There's also an oil field next to the mosque.
Mosque, one of the oldest Shia mosques in Azerbaijan. You guys probably know that there's two ways, two flows in the Muslim religion: Shia Muslims and the Sunni Muslims. 90% in the world, like everywhere, there are Sunni Muslims, and only 10% are Shias. Like 12 apostles, people who were helping to spread the religion.
So guys, now we reach inside of the mosque.
Of Hakima. Yeah, you can see a holy shrine in the middle.
So guys, as you can see, this mosque is very colorful. It has many patterns.
Sunni mosques are very simple. They don't use any color, or they can use like white color or blue color, and it's like a very simple. In the ideal condition, they can do it outside, but here they don't have this option, right? There's no ground to touch it. That's why they use these stones. Sometimes they bring the stones from Saudi Arabia, from the sacred.
In an oil company, but he's working in Abu Dhabi. So guys, now we're on a different car because we needed to go to the mud volcano.
We are heading towards the Gobustan.
Almost half of them located in Azerbaijan around Baku. We have a lot of.
So guys, now we reached the mud volcano and it might look very hot, but it's actually very cold. So guys, now we reached the Gobustan preserves.
Baku to produce oil himself, and that time we had a lot of millionaires appeared in Baku. That was very good business. You spend like $5,000–$10,000 once, and a monthly income could be like $20,000, $25,000. It's like a forest. Oil during exploration here in these rocks. These petroglyphs are dedicated to the fourth civilization in the world. These people appeared here approximately, which is not typical for the rocks, right? Especially fragile rocks like this. This is a limestone, special type of limestone with a high density of fossils and empty spots. The original one that was used by them. This one is just to show tourists. You see, these stones are very fragile. You hit it just a couple of times and it turns into a powder like this. Alright guys, случайно в 1930 году стали ее добывать отовсюду, и так как one thing about this whole musical instrument, and the second one, which is the more important, it was an alarm system against wild animals. Because you see, there are rocks, some danger coming. You know, we have a lot of wild, like savanna. We have a petroglyphs of the lions in here as well. So before we have lions in here. I think cat was damaged, unfortunately.
So guys, this is the inscription of a boat. The first picture is a boat and there is a guy hunting with a bow.
Rain was the only source of fresh drinking water. One is number 29.
So all of the inscriptions are marked in these stones. So guys, now we're in the entrance of the cave.
And you feel like it's,
and now we're gonna go inside the cave.
You can see his head, his horn, his back. Actually, petroglyphs are over and over each other. That's why it's very difficult to see all of them. Let's go. Yeah. Сейчас мы в пещере, которая называется Аназага, то есть материнская пещера, пещера мать. Она служила главным укрытием для места. Потому что вот это, например, не вход в пещеру, а сзади ответственность. It's 16,000 years old, and there's no idea how did they do this petroglyph. One of the theories is original size, because this is not nowadays bulls. This bulls attacking a person in between them over here. This is a petroglyph. This one is a unique petroglyph, so showing us some action. Not only just a copy of people or copy of his legs, his arms in here. Another approximate age of this one is 4,000 or 5,000 years. This petroglyph of two people which are divided on genders. If you take a closer look, you can see the left person has the genitals, so we know that's the male. And the person on the right side has to hunt every time. And that was another cave right now, but this rock just fell down. I told you, Azerbaijan. It looks like just a regular stone, but it has a handmade hole. You see, this one was a handmade hole as well, and they needed this. They were using these stones to tie animals.
So guys, in the olden days of Baku, this used to be a rain collector. So the lines drawn there is because if the rain goes in different direction, it will just come to the pond.
They are made to direct more water passing by when it's raining inside the collector. And once it filled up, they were covering it with a flat stone to keep it clean. And
so guys, now we reach the Yanar Dag, which means fire mountain. So guys, now we're going to the top of the bridge to take some photos. So guys, now we reach the fire temple at Absheron.
like this level, maybe a little bit less. But the Burning Mountain is located almost 20 kilometers away from the city center, which is very, like before it was a very big distance. When first started to visit. This room has had a fire before, but the encryption over there I'll show you as well. This
So guys, this place was found by Indians in the Silk Road, so it is named as Fire Temple. And they also made the temple all by
Alright guys,
themselves.
so you see this more comfortable, more. Anyone else? Caravan?
Rest house for the caravan.
Yeah, rest house. Caravan is the chain of camels. They used to be a main transport on because they're very durable. They're very like they can travel 40 days without any food, drinks. Yeah, camels. And sarai is the house. So it's like a guest house for caravan for these camels. This is the first variation of hotel which was appear on the Silkway, everywhere on the Silkway. And that was another smart idea of locals to feed them, to feed animals. We had an extra entrance only for animals. It wasn't here because inside it's a sacred temple related to self-punishment practices. They were practicing different type of self-punishment. I will tell you about the other type of them later. This, for example, this man here put the weights on him. It's pretty heavy, like 35 kilogram total. And they were walking like this as much as they could. I will show you another type of self-punishment that they were practicing. This man in here makes a mixture with the milk and opium. Keep in mind that was a silkway. You could find everything in here. Sometimes they were taking payment with an opium. They were mixing it and taking it during the punishment practice because it reduces pain. It
Indira Gandhi यहाँ के प्रेसिडेंट को गिफ्ट
lime powder, if you don't add water to it, it burns your skin if you lay on it. They were, and the lime stones are very cheap material. You can find it everywhere in Baku. All the houses, you know, these colored houses are actually covered with limestones. Yeah, so they were practicing this type of self-punishment as well.
The way it's good.
Production part है इसमें टेंपल का ना
Alright guys, right now we're in the top of the children's interested the Zoroastrians religions are still actual. It was one of the first monotheistic, not one, it's the first monotheistic religion in the world. They worship fire because they believe in their prophet. His name is Ahura Mazda, real person who. We have a blanket that was a gift from an Iranian community of the Zoroastrians. You know, before when we had a very good relationship with Iran, we were getting the gifts like this from them. And this is a blanket, a handmade one. And the opposite god, opposite angel, we can say, his name is Ahruman. And the idea, you may find it familiar, it kind of looks like a symbol of Nazis during the Second World War. Actually, so keep some distance, please stay back. I used this spot to tell you what happened with Atishka and why locals left the place. I think you already understand, as I told you, in the middle of the 19th century we had an oil boom and people were producing a lot of oil and gas. And before that was a young technology, young thing, new thing. People didn't know much about that, how it works. And they were producing oil, selling. That's very strong. 4.5 was maximum and it was a Caspian Sea. Okay, and water takes a lot of vibration, that's why you cannot feel it too much. But there in the ground, it's